All right, thanks everyone for joining tonight's session and taking your time. We really appreciate. So quickly, I'm going to introduce myself, the company, then take you through a few slides, then invite Yemi, who is the facilitator that will take you on the journey to shed more light into what it entails to become a Scrum Master, what you need to do, and all of that. Then after that, we open the line for questions and answers that you might have. So that will be the order of the day. So without further ado, let me make a start. So my name is Akin Oladeji, and I happen to be the founder of Learn with Pride. And what we do at Learn with Pride is we're an IT training organization that helps anyone that wants to transition from either non-technical or non-IT background into the IT space. So we run different IT trainings. Please, how can I join the meeting? You are in the meeting already. What meeting again? So we run different IT trainings ranging from project management to business analysis, Scrum Master, product owner, DevOps engineer, data analysis, software testing, both manual and automation, IT support analyst. So we run like 7 different IT trainings. In September, we'll be starting we'll be starting web development training in September. So that will make it 8 different IT trainings that we do offer. And what we concentrate or what make us different is because we concentrate on the practical side of things, a day in the life of a scrum master, a day in the life of a product owner. That's what we concentrate on. If you should get a job tomorrow, how are you going to survive on that job? How are you going to cope, on that job? That's what we focus on. So we really don't preach professional certification because that doesn't come first in our books. What comes first in our books is you going through the practical training, getting your hands dirty, and exposed to different things you need to know before you start working. And then probably secondary, if you're still interested in writing the professionals, you can go and write it. But what will get you the job is your knowledge and your experience and how you can demonstrate that to employers or recruiters that you know what you are doing, not the certificate. Because especially Scrum, what the books tells you is actually different from how it is done in real life, you know. And most organizations, they are not after books. They are not after what you can prove to them theoretically. They are after what you can demonstrate to them that you've done before, you know. So that's what we do. You have the ability to work on a live project as well, which is a very good thing as well, which I'll talk more about later on. So that's what we do. The company has been in existence for over 4 years now. And over that 4 years, more than 20,000 students has passed through us. I'll show them more as we go on as well. So that's about the company. About myself, I transitioned as well. My background was in accounting. Back then, I was looking for, I was just tired, bored of accounting. I wanted a new challenge, something new to do. And I stumbled upon software automation engineer. I did a similar 3 months training back then as well, with no or little support, but I had to do because I needed a change badly. I had to do most of the work myself, sleepless nights, sacrifices that has to be made. But to cut the whole story short, like 2 weeks after I finished that training, you know, I was able to secure my very first role as a senior automation engineer. That was really shocking because, my background was non-IT completely. All I knew before was debit, credit, balance sheet, trial balance, And from moving from that side to doing something that is technical, that involves coding, programming language and all of that, that is really, really challenging. But for anything you set your mind to do, that makes me believe you can do it. Not only am I working in that line of work now, I train other people as well to become a software automation engineer. And that was actually the genesis of Learn with Pride. That was what gave birth to Learn with Pride, because we always started with back then was software testing before we now added all other courses around software testing. So I do tell my students, if I can do it, anybody can do it. If you set your mind to do it, you can achieve it. And why Scrum Master? Why product owner? Since after COVID, all the IT roles, IT jobs have been buzzing. Many people want to transition to IT because that's not the only, but they are the most common or popular since after COVID that there's flexibility in how they work now. You can plan yourself, there's family life balance kind of a thing, you can work remotely. This is very good, and most people wants to tap into that as well. Not that other roles are not good, probably like nursing, doctors, there's no way they have to physically go to work. They have to go and do that 12-hour shift, 14-hour shift. But as an if you're working in IT, you don't need to go in, because companies has now realized since after COVID that, what, people actually deliver more when they work from home than when they come to office. That is why, regardless of where you live, your country of residence, whether you live in Nigeria, Ghana, Zimbabwe, South Africa, UK, you can get work remotely. You can live in Nigeria and secure a remote job from a company. In Australia, you might be living in South Africa and secure a remote job with company in America. This is now possible because as long as you can demonstrate that you know how to do the job, you've done it in the past, and you have, enough good reason to back yourself up, the job is yours. And that is why the IT industry has been buzzing, and also it's a good pay as well. You're working, probably you need to start work at 9 o'clock. You are just waking up at 8:45. That's the liberty you have, working in IT. So that's why many people, the IT industry has been buzzing, and many people wants to transition into that space. But before you can transition, there are certain hooks you have to cross. There are certain, you need to know what you're doing. You need to acquire the right skills, the right knowledge, and then you can compete with those who has been doing it in the industry for 2-3 years. And that is what we stand for. That is the journey we are ready to take with you. So quickly, I have a few slides to share. Nothing too fancy. Let me start here. So why Scrum Master? I'm going to be using UK as a point of reference because that's where I live, but it doesn't matter where you are. The pay is still good. But the average salary in the UK when you are considering a Scrum Master role or a product owner role is around 56,000. But if you are considering a contract role, then you are looking around £400 a day, £500 a day. If you are getting £400 a day, that is £8,000 per month. That is a lot of money. Even if the contract is only for 3 months, that is still a lot of money. Many people don't get that. The average salary that 60% of people in the UK gets is between 18,000 and 35,000. That's the price range for majority in the UK. And after 3 months, you are able to get a 50,000 row, 55,000 row, just going through a 3-month program. That is a lot of money as well. And you can even get more than that. I know some people getting 600, 700 pounds a day as a Scrum Master working as a contractor. You getting 600 pounds a day, that is 12,000 pounds per month. That is a lot of money, so that's one of the reasons. Another one is ability to be able to work remotely from anywhere in the world. As I said earlier on as well, since after COVID, companies have now realized that you don't need to physically come in. As long as you can demonstrate that, you know what, I can do the job, and I can cite where I've done it in the past. That is all they are looking for. They are looking for someone who can hit the ground running. They don't have time to micromanage anyone. You need to be able to hit the ground running. And by the time you are done with the program, I can assure you that you'll be able to hit the ground running, because if you do all that is required of you, yes, you'll be able to hit the ground running. Because this journey is a 50-50 kind of a journey. We are going to do our own 50%, which is equipping you with the right skills, with the right knowledge, with the right platform, support, mentorship, and all of that. And the other 50% needs to come from you. And that is you sacrificing your time, putting in your effort, your time, going above and beyond what has been covered in class, making sure that at least every day for the duration of the program, you set aside, probably 2 hours, 3 hours to go over this journey, to go over any task, to do any research, because that is how you'll be able to compete with people at the end of the program. Basically, your input will equals to your output at the end of the day. It's not a magic, it's what you sow is what you are going to reap at the end of the day. So if we do our own bits, you do your own bits, that's 100%. Then we can aim even beyond the sky. We can aim for the best, that's what we want. And we are ready to, please kindly mute your mic if you are not talking. Thanks. We are ready to embark on the journey with you. The question is, are you...
By the way, but the concentration level tend to be dropping. And
1 second. Let me mute everyone. The question is, are you ready for the journey yourself? So quickly, if you are to come on board, what will be the roadmap? What's the journey going to entail if you are to come on board? So let's start with that. So the training, the program is for 3 months. It's a 3-month program, but the training, the practical training, is going to be for 4 weeks. That will be twice a week for 4 weeks, which will run every Saturdays and Sundays. Every Saturday from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. and Sundays from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. UK time. And after you're done with the practical training, then you'll be put on a live project for another 2 months. And when I say live project, yes, you'll be working on a live project, not a capstone project. During your practical training, yes, you might work on a capstone project because you're still going to be grouped during your practical training. But after the 4 weeks, you'll be working on a live project after the 4 weeks. And that will be for another 2 months. So you'll be working with the likes of the developer in your team, a full Scrum team, the likes of developer in your team, Scrum Master, Product Owner, Business Analyst, and a tester. You'll be working with all those people, and all of you will be working together as a team to deliver a solution for your clients. So that will be the order of the day. So it's a 3-month program. The first 4 weeks concentrate on the practical training, while the other 2 months concentrate on working on a live project. So Paul, all the questions are going to be answered soon. You can keep dropping them. We're going to answer our questions at the end of the session. So, and also you can raise your hand at the end of the session if you still want to ask. All right, so you've gone through the training, you've gone through the practical training, you've gone through the project as well. So now you can actually act. You can call yourself as a Scrum Master or a Product Owner, but you start applying for jobs, but you are not getting any recognition. You are not getting any callbacks. You are wondering what is going on. Why am I not being called? It's because you are not visible in the market, So that means this point or this step is equally as important as step 1 and step 2, optimization of your brand. What is your brand, your CV, your LinkedIn profile? Like, you want to start applying for international jobs, whether you live in Nigeria, in Zimbabwe, in South Africa, you need to revamp your CV to international standards. You know, also LinkedIn as well, you need to be in that space as well, because LinkedIn has now become a popular marketplace or professional marketplace that recruiters now go to, to add on. So you have to be there, you have to be in that space. And after that, after you've done that step successfully, you've uploaded your CVs on different job sites. Not only uploading them, you made them visible as well, so that recruiters can see you, because it's not all jobs that are posted online. Some jobs, recruiters just want to go on those websites, just get the right candidates and call them up, meaning you need to make your CV searchable as well. And after all that bit is done, then you can be rest assured that you'll now be visible. You start receiving calls. Oh, Mr. Richard, we saw your CV on indeed.com. Are you still available for work? And the conversation will start, and they'll start putting you forward for roles. That is what you want. That is the space you want to find yourself, being put forward for different roles. And you start, as they are putting you forward, you are applying manually as well. And you can be rest assured that with all those combined efforts, you can be guaranteed an interview. And this is another stage that we help with. Quickly, let me go through what the package entails if you are to enroll on this journey with us. So you get the practical training, you get to work on a live project, you get the mentorship, you get the support, you get all our courses are CPD accredited, meaning they meet the professional standard, and the certificate that you get is recognized in over 60 countries. The body is called CPD standards. I will share the link and you can read about them at your own convenient time. I'm going to share the link on the group chat now. So I just shared the link. You can read more about them. You see us. If you go to that website, you see our company there as well. The advantages, the benefit attached to the certificate that you'll be getting from us. At the end of the day, as I said, the certificate is recognized in over 60 countries. I've sent the link, or did I send it to a particular? Oh, 1 second. 1 second. You should see it now, Olubumi. So I just resent it to the group. So just check, you should see it now. So as I said, it is recognized in over 60 countries, and also interview preparation as well. We do it with you, because it's not only about you enrolling on the journey. It's not only about you paying us the money. We want your success as well, because your success is our success. Because we believe if you are able to get a job at the end of the day, someone somewhere will ask you, how did you do it? And that is what we want. You being able to refer us to people out there. So we want to do everything in our power to support you and, to ensure that we make that journey come true for you as well. So when it comes to interview preparation, we do that with you as well, just to ensure that you are job ready, you are ready for that interview, and for you to go in with confidence. That's all what we want. And finally, on the package, we get to give you a work reference for the duration that you're with us, because you'll be working on a project. So at the end, whether you start applying for jobs, you can use us as a reference, and we'll be more than happy to give you a reference for the duration that you are with us. So that is what you get if you are to come on the journey with us. So quickly, let me just take you through the stats. I made mention when I started the presentation that since 2022 now, we've enrolled over 20,000 people on this journey, and that cut across all our trainings. from software testing to business analysis. You can see the breakdown. So this one is from January to June, actually. This start is from January to June. Business analysis over 750 as enrolled. Scrum Master over 1,000 as enrolled. DevOps, as you can see, those are the stats on your screen as well. Scrum and product owners seems to be the highest enrollment we've had from January till date. And I'm sure you see the reason why when I call on Yemi, who will be the facilitator that will take you on the journey. So all in all, 85% of our students are currently working. 50% working in the public sector, while we have 35% in the private sector. And the other 15%, they are job ready, still looking, searching, and hopefully they will secure a job as well. This is another thing we provide after you're done with your program. We have another group called the alumni group, because you need people, you need professionals at your corner when you eventually get this job. Whether you are stuck, you wanted to ask a question, you have a platform that you can go to and ask this question, and you can be rest assured that someone will respond back to your question as well. So you can join that group as well. Also, my staff as well do post regular jobs on those platforms as well. So it's a good thing for you to belong in such a platform. All right, quickly before I stop talking, these are job samples I got online. The first one on the left is paying between 85,000 and 90,000. You'll be wondering how possible. Just going through 3 months training and I'll be earning that. Yes, it is possible. It is doable. The other one is paying between 60,000 and 75,000. And also, this one is paying 75,000, and the other one by the right is paying between 50,000 and 60,000. This is doable. Don't think by the time you're done, this is why it is important for you to, invest your time into the process as well. If you are doing what we ask you to do, you can be rest assured that you'll be able to perform this role successfully, at the end of the 3 months. But yes, it might involve, sacrificing your sleep. It might involve, you know, cutting some activities that you are used to. But again, it's just a sacrifice of 3 months, Paul, I'm sure I'm going to respond to your question. If you can give me till end of the presentation, end of the whole presentation, I'm going to respond to your question. And actually, I'll actually like you to speak as well. So if you can raise your hand at the end of the session, I'll call on you and you can, because I could see you have so many questions to ask. It will be better for you to ask all at once. All right, but just give me till the end of the session and you can raise your hand and ask all your questions, and I'll be more than happy to give you answers to the one I know I can give you answers to. All right, so if you are to come on the journey, how much is it going to cost you? The cost is $499 for the 3 months duration, but if you are enrolling between now and the next 6 days, you are going to get 20% discount. The course, the training, another course will be starting on the 28th of August. So that means, and we only have, I think as of today, we only have 10 slots remaining as at today. So if you are enrolling between now and the next 7 days, you can get up to 20% discount. And the good thing is, even after these discounts, right? If you have everything to pay at once, you can pay them at once. But if not, you can even pay twice. You can start with half payment and the other half can be paid after 4 to 5 weeks, within 4 to 5 weeks that you started on the course as well. Olubumi, the cost in Naira is 500,000 Naira before discount. After discount is, you can get 20% discount So after discount, you can get 400,000. Half payment is required to start, and the other half can be paid within 4 to 5 weeks. All right. So after this, probably the whole session, if you want to enroll, as I said, we only have 10 slots remaining as of today. If you want to enroll, if you have any question you want to ask me, anything at all you want to ask me, you can get me on that WhatsApp number on your screen. So you can take a screenshot of the page of your screen now, or put the number on your phone, and any questions at all regarding enrollment or anything at all, you can message me on that WhatsApp number, and I'll be more than happy to answer all your questions or to enroll you on that number as well. So for now, I'm going to be pausing, and I'm going to call on Yemi, who is going to be a very familiar face for those that will be joining the session, or for those that will be enrolling on the program, just to come and shed more light into the life of a Scrum Master, and just to give you more insight to it as well. So for now, I'm going to stop sharing, and I'm going to call on Jamie to take over from here. Thanks. See you soon.
Yeah, thank you, Aki. Good evening, everyone, at least from this side of
Good
the
evening.
world, or wherever anyone is at. Let me quickly share my screen so that we can kick off this conversation briefly. So can I get a confirmation that you guys
Yes.
can see my screen? Okay. All right. I welcome you guys. I welcome everyone. Thank you for being part of us here today. And each time I get to do this, I always feel this, congratulatory feeling for everyone that have decided that they're going to be joining us because of the benefits and the things they're going to get. Okay. So moving forward, my name is Yemi. Yes, my name is Yemi Odubote, and I'm a Scrum Master, but more of an advanced Scrum Master, right? I'm also a product manager. Fortunately, I've been able to work as a product manager, build products that I like that people are using. I'm also an agile coach. I don't just know how to use Scrum. That's what it means. I can work with other framework. I also a strategic business consultant. I get to work with people to build their business, which is somewhat relating to someone being a product manager. And that is why I love this particular training that involves being a Scrum Master and a product owner. So fortunately, I've been able to work in different industry, different organizations, um, ranging from fintech, hold banks, airline, you know, yeah. And aside from that, I also transitioned. I know Aki mentioned the transition. I think those of us that transitioned, we have this passion to let other people see that, you know what, you can also, move from where you're currently to another job and just enjoy that freedom, of course, more money. And yeah, so I myself, I also transitioned, and you ever since I tried, I never regretted my decision, and that's been from one interesting journey and opportunities to the other. Okay. You can look me up on LinkedIn, because I am the trainer for this. Always good. People like to, look you up, just as you can look us up on Learn with Pride and how far we've gone, with what we've been able to achieve. So individually as a person, you can, look me up on LinkedIn, which is more of the professional vibe to a person. So my name is Yemi. You can check that out as well. Okay. So my journey so far, I love this picture. I always share it because this was years ago, when I decided that, you know what, I want to go into the agile way of working. I want to become a Scrum Master. And all the other persons you're seeing here, there are maybe groups, CEO, head of HR, in those, years ago, if you're going to be a Scrum Master working in an agile environment, you're probably a boss, and they want to train you. Your organization has sent you on a training so that you can come and train other members in the team. So me being that young guy at that, well, I'm still young, but it was a great privilege for me at that time. So I always use this picture that what anybody can. Then there was no COVID, so it was still in the classroom. And from there, people get to invite me to different seminar events. So it's not limited to just the job. That's what I'm trying to say. There's more opportunities that can come in just working in an agile environment or being a scrum master and know what it means to be that person, if you get what I'm saying. Okay. So let me just quickly, that's a preamble about who I am, right? But now let's quickly dive into who a Scrum Master is. I'm sure some of you might have seen this advert online, or you maybe have friends that are Scrum Master, or maybe you hear that, oh, there is money in tech, everybody's transitioning. What can I do? How can I benefit? Or maybe you just thought of what role can I perform in tech as a non-tech? So we can say you're a non-tech in tech, meaning you're not going to be writing codes. Yes, Scrum Master, you don't write codes. A product owner, you don't need to write a code. You might just understand the lingua after you've worked with the developers or the tech team for a while, but it's not a requirement. Yeah. So Scrum is a framework. People try not to use the word methodology because when you say methodology, it might sound rigid. That counters what Scrum is about, because Scrum, number one, is about your mindset, right? So people are looking forward to pay a lot of money to Scrum Masters because they are going to be performing as a leader. And the request is still blowing up everywhere all over the world, even if you're in Nigeria. And there are some people in this country that the organization is not even paying in pounds or dollars. They are getting 1 million plus, right? Okay, that's that aside. But so like I was saying, Scrum is a framework. So a Scrum Master is someone that understands and know how to use that framework. Okay? So you understand the framework, you know how to use that framework, then you are a Scrum Master, in short. But you can also categorize this into three things: the Scrum Master role, Scrum Master responsibility, and the 8 stances of a Scrum Master. So when you look at the role, it says you're a facilitator. Over time in the past, people just join long hour meetings that don't really make much of a sense, no action points, it drags, and a lot of things are just going wrong. Then a Scrum Master comes in that facilitates, come up with an agenda, and let your meeting be reasonable and make sense. So some people in some organizations, you just really imagine they just need someone to be a good facilitator. So if you're looking for a job, what's that? Companies that they know what they're looking for. It might just be like they need a great facilitator. You'll be surprised. But Scrum, you can do that. Helps build self-organizing team. Imagine working in an environment where everybody is just scattered. They are not organized. They don't know how to take the lead, do things right. But Scrum has been able to come up with a framework that can help the team to be self-organizing. Scrum Master, you're going to teach them, show them, coach them how to be that. Because you're going to be working mostly in a tech environment. Some you can work in an environment. Remember, there's no industry you can't work because agility is about the mindset. But you're going to help them to organize, to be able to think value. And that is a remove impediment, escalate when needed. So if you've noticed, I am relating these to issues that happens in organization and why lots of organizations are trying to go agile, hire Scrum Master, because of all these things I'm really mentioning here. Imagine you're a boss or you're even a leader and you can't even escalate whenever an issue occurs and your boss is like, why are you not telling me? Why am I just hearing after we've lost a lot of money? But Scrum Master, you can come in and sort that out. Help team to inspect and adapt. Same way when you have issues with your processes where you're working or what you're doing is not going right, or the change management process is just not working. Or maybe there's not enough transparency in the things you do in your organization. So as a Scrum Master, you can help them to inspect, look at where the problem is, and adapt to solutions. Empower the team through servant leadership. Servant leadership they're talking about here does not mean slavery. It means you're a servant, meaning you can show them how to do things. That means leadership by example. Servant leadership. Protect the team from disturbances. That is talking about focus. There's a difference between focus management and time management. Those are the things we get to talk about on this training, and each individual things right here on the role. So responsibilities. Now, it says the Scrum Master is responsible for a product owner. A product owner is a role in the Scrum framework or in the Agile world, right? And they work with the Scrum team. These are the things you also need to know. And the beautiful thing that I love about this is the combination of a Scrum Master and a product owner. So you're like 2 in 1, which is fantastic for me anyways. And you're responsible for the development team because you are going to teach them the framework to develop software quickly, fast, and faster. You're going to be showing them how to self-organize, how to remove impediments, how to think like a mature team, how to be high performing. Also with the organization. The organization will look up to you on training them the Scrum way of working. You need to coach them. The beautiful thing about being a Scrum Master is, even if you come in as, I don't know, a junior role, for an example, the top person in the organization will be interested in you because you'll be joining some high-level meetings. You get to get promotion faster. Let me use that word. Because people will look up to you like a leader in that organization. But I guess that's why they pay them very well. Then instances is talking about the aura position you can assume as a Scrum Master. I mentioned servant leader. I've mentioned coach. You should know you're going to learn how to coach development team, how to coach. You will learn how to facilitate. You even learn how to teach. You learn how to be a mentor. You learn how to manage. This manager they're talking about here, you know, say a manager that just micromanage. You're managing the health check of the team, checking if they are doing things appropriately, if they're all right, if they're on point. Because the idea of Scrum Agile is you're not going to micromanage people, or else people will not be able to work remote. Because why would I want to make people work remote if I don't feel comfortable not to be able to check what they are doing? Okay, so Scrum Master is there to help them align all of these things. You're an impediment remover. Impediment remover is like a blocker, something that is in your way that is preventing you from succeeding. Even as an individual, we all have impediments in our way. So that's the same thing that can happen in organizations. You're there to help them facilitate the removal of impediment. You're a change agent, which is good. So looking at the role, responsibility, and the stances, this is a preamble or more like an overview of who a Scrum Master is, and very key and very important. So if you get to be with us, you're going to go through that journey, and Aki mentioned earlier that there is no way you won't do this and you won't feel comfortable to becoming a Scrum Master. Also, a lot of people still think that you need to have this lot of certificates before you can perform. Funny, that's a lie. That's in the past. That does not apply anymore. Once you can scale through an interview, you know what you're doing. Even if you present a certificate that, oh, I got this from here, they don't care. So far, the team that has interviewed you have deemed you fit for the job, and you're good to go. and that is it. Okay. So I'll continue because we'll have time for questions. We're gonna answer everything, but let's just move on. So who is a product owner? Because this is a 2-in-1 training. Like I mentioned, a product owner is more like a voice of the customer. You're going to be liaising with customers, internal stakeholders, business team, and you're part of the Scrum team. If you look at this circle, the Scrum team here. So Scrum team entails the Scrum Master, product owner, and the development team. So there's a lot of communication going here, a lot of discussion, negotiation, collaboration, and it is interesting. So if you get to hire someone who is a product owner and that do not understand the collaboration of all of this, it will become a problem. And one thing you should know now is agile is a mindset. It's going to expose how you think as a person. And good thing is in our training, we get to use lots and lots of real life scenarios that even when you get to join or do an interview, it just becomes like a piece of cake. Oh, I've heard this before. Because then again, you're still going to do your life project, get your hands dirty and things like that. Okay, so quickly let's look at the relationship between a product owner and a Scrum Master. We've been able to talk on the Scrum Master bit when I said they have responsibility to the organization, to the product owner, and to the team. The team here they're referring to is development team, right? So let's look at the product owner aspects. The product owner, you're going to be writing the vision. Now, these things are they're dependent on organization. So the good thing is we will be showing you what you will be doing if by happening, you become a product owner that will be doing a bit of a product manager work. Okay, so we're going to look at what you need to do to write in the vision, the strategy, the roadmap, the timeline, understanding the product itself, and the collaboration, what it means to collaborate, right? So the relationship right here is the product owner and the Scrum Master, they need to work hand in hand. If there is a Scrum Master that does not understand what a product owner does, there will be a problem, okay? So even if, for an example, a job just pop up and say, we are looking for a product owner, but you literally just know what the product owner does. All you just have to do is come up with that CV, send it. You know what? We're going to be talking about product prioritization. We're going to be talking about backlog, user story, all of these I wanted to say simple things. All of these things, then you realize that it's something you can do, okay? That's why we have some people they can do 2 jobs. In the morning, they are doing Scrum Master. In the evening, they are doing product owner job. But if you have these trends, that makes sense. Okay, let's move forward. So we're going to be having about 13 topics and the subtopics about 53 subtopics. And the sessions will be 8, just as Ake mentioned. Saturdays and Sundays, they will be recording. I think, yeah, there'll be a recording that you have access to. You're going to create an account on the learning management system. So even if you're not available in a day, you can just watch the video and catch up and ask questions. We have our group chats where you can ask questions, you'll be grouped. So there's a lot of communication, but this is dependent on how comfortable you are to communicating. But it is always a safe environment when we start. So we're going to start with the history of Agile, going to the introduction of Scrum, rules and organization in Scrum, the Scrum events, okay? Like I said, there are 13 topics. And under all of these things, we have their subtopics. And we have the product documentation, the product prioritization, then how to write professional user story using invest criteria. Then you're going to learn how to use tools, Jira. So if you go for just the certificates, trust me, they will never mention Jira because Scrum did not categorically say you must use Jira. Some are using Jira, some are using Trello, some are using Azure DevOps. But Jira is the most widely used. So we'll be showing you, teaching you how to use Jira, how to use Confluent, and Miro, which is a collaborative tool. We'll be using Miro for our tasks so that you can quickly get comfortable with it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm done. I've been able to show an overview of what you're going to be learning, what where Scrum Master is, where Product Owner is, and the exposure you'll be getting, and the opportunity that comes with it. If you are coming in because of money, then I won't say you're wrong, because there is a lot of money to be made when you put your mind into it and get the job. Thank you guys. I had to move quickly because we have other questions. Over to you again.
Yeah, thanks, Yemi. Please, if you have any questions, you can start raising your hand, and I'll be calling you shortly. So if you have any questions, please, you can start raising your hands, and also you can drop your questions on the group chat. I will be picking them up, but I'll prefer to, to talk to you than read questions from the group chat. So please kindly raise your hand and I'll be calling everyone shortly. But before I start calling people, I've got some of the current students, different cohorts that are currently going through projects at the moment. They are done with the training currently on the project. I invited some of them, just to come and share their experience so far, how the journey has been so far. So I'm going to be calling them quickly just to share their experience quickly. The first I'll be calling is Bolaji Bamidele. Are you on the call? Please unmute.
Oh, yes. Thank you so much, Akin.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Uncle Yemi. I remember let me first of all say a very big thank you to Aki for this opportunity to share my experience, because it was not funny at the initial stage. I remember everything was like great to me. I didn't know my left from my right. But there's something about Yemi in class. One of those days I got across to Yemi, how can you, I feel like dropping out of this class. I don't even enjoy, I don't like what we're talking about. I'm not understanding it. And Yemi gave me all the necessary support. Yemi always eager to listen to you. Then I kept listening to the class sessions every now and then on the LMS. And today, just before we even started the project, and I just told Yemi one of those days that, Yemi, I feel like writing my exams now. I think I'm fully prepared for the exams. And he just gave me all the necessary support. Yeah, you can do it. I scheduled the exam on a Thursday. By Tuesday, I got certified as a Scrum Master. And we're currently on the live project. And it's been so wonderful learning something new every now and then. And has it been easy? I would say no. Because, like, for instance, in my group, we meet at 10 p.m. Nigerian time every day. So you can imagine I've been out all day, coming back. Like now, immediately after this session, I have to get ready for our session by 10 p.m. And like what Akin said, you just have your own part to play. It's not something that they just throw at you. You have your own part to play. Like I'm with my notes. I go through the Scrum guide. Like you can see the way I've marked it every now and then, like a Bible, And why did I decide to become a Scrum Master? I've been in the oil industry for the past 18 years, and I just discovered that it made my job very easy here. There's something I wrote in my notes. I said 12 life lessons you learn transiting from the oil industry to being a Scrum Master. And I can tell you that I've seen the visible result in all facets of my work. Yes, I plan transiting to the UK next year, because my family live in the UK. And it made because apart from the fact that I'm on a live project, it's a project in the UK. And you can imagine the kind of minds you work with every now and then. I've acted as a product owner. Currently, I'm the current Scrum Master of the group. And the experience has been so phenomenal. Like now, one of the things I need to do tonight is to provide a solution to remove an impediment somewhere. And I've been cracking my head, okay, we need to go ahead tonight. We need to go ahead with the project. So I can thank you so much for the opportunity to just share my experience here tonight. Thank you, Yemi.
You're welcome. Thanks, Mobolaji. Because of our time, I'm going to be calling the second quickly. Mani, are you on the call? Unmute, please, and share your experience quickly. Mani.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Akin. Good evening, everybody. New students. Good evening. I'm just like you. I used to be like you 4 months ago. Don't know, like my brother said, don't know my left from right, but enthusiast team and also the will, how, as I said, a lot of percentage of it is you putting work together, and yeah, currently we're finishing our live project. Scrum Master Product Owner is the best method to understand what IT is all about. Then from there you can develop. I thank Akin for giving me the opportunity to expose me into the world of IT, where this is a very good field. Product owner, Scrum owner is a very good field where you can own your product and understand what IT is all about. Currently building an investment website, which is a very beautiful hands-on thing. And listen, if you have no idea of anything, I was once like you 4 months ago. I don't have nothing about IT, Jira, Confluence, all these boards. It was sounding like Greek to me, but now it's something you can play around. Just make sure you get through the phase and get to the project section. That is where the industry want to know who you are and everything. Thank you so much, Akin. Thank you so much. And you're welcome.
Thanks, Mani. Really appreciate. And the thing is, for this particular training, is like you are getting 2.5 trainings for the price of one. Many people comes to enroll just on Scrum Master, but we don't want to, because we want to put you in a position whereby after you are done, you are not restricting yourself to just a Scrum Master role. So on this same journey, you'll be trained as a product owner and even a bit about a BA role as well. So that when you start applying for jobs, you can apply. If you see Scrum Master role, you can go for it. If you see a product owner role, you can go for it. The most important is to get, to start somewhere, to get your feet at the door. Whether you start your journey in IT as a product owner, honestly, it is fine. Or if you start your journey as a Scrum Master, it is absolutely fine as well. So that's the opportunity that you get when you enroll on the journey as well. And quickly, lastly, let me call on Dimeji because of our time. Dimeji, are you on the call?
Yeah, good evening, everyone. Good evening, Akin.
Good evening.
Yemi, good evening. Scrum Daddy, like I always call him. So, well, on my own part, I'm glad I chose Learn with Pride to train as a Scrum Master and as a product owner. As for me, I've read a lot online about Scrum, but when I joined this training, the training simplified Scrum process, and I actually understood the practical aspect of this profession. And the day-to-day of a Scrum Master, and I understood what it looks like, the day-to-day of a Scrum Master and a product owner. And also the beautiful part of this training is that it's a remote training. You can train from wherever you are, and you can work from wherever you are. While I was training, I have colleagues from Australia, from UK, and we all train together. So I'm happy that I've been given the opportunity to train here, and I chose Learn with Pride. I could use Jira, I could use all this software, name it. So I just want to advise anyone on this call that you are still considering what to do. It's a good journey. And my advice is, when you're on the training, please participate. Participate and be active and take the best out of it. And even after the training, like myself, I'm still in the mentorship program under Learn with Pride. I still contact Akin, I contact TMA even after the training. So it's like a family. You're joining a family. So, and I wish everyone the best as you go on this journey. And thank you, Akin, for giving me this opportunity to share my experience.
Thanks, Dimeji. Really appreciate. Really appreciate that. So yes, those I think some of them are finishing in the next couple of weeks, while some of them still have like a month plus to go. If you put your all into the process, you can make it happen. As I said, we can't go all the 12 yards. We can do the 50% by providing you with the platform, equipping you with the right skills, with the right knowledge, providing the mentorship, the support that is needed. And the other 50% needs to be done by you. If we merge those two 50s, then we can achieve 100%. And by the time we achieve the 100%, you can be rest assured that, you can get something out there, because even before God can favor you, you need to help yourself. That is it. Ayodeji, you raise your hand. Do you want to unmute and ask your question? Ayodeji.
Yeah, thank you very much for the opportunity. I wanted to just ask a question based on the timing on Saturday and Sunday. I didn't quite get that very well.
Saturday is 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. UK time in the morning.
All right.
And Sunday is 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. UK time at night.
Okay.
And that will be for 4 weeks. That will go on for 4 weeks. Then after the 4 weeks, you go on a project. But the project, because you'll be following agile rituals, right? It will involve Monday to it will be from Monday to Friday. But that Monday to Friday is not, because we understand everyone works, but we still need to follow the rituals, the ceremonies. So the timing for your meetings will be decided by you and your team members. As you said, Bamidele said they're having their meeting at 10 p.m. UK time, in another hour's time. So it will be the decision of you and your team to decide what timing works best for majority in the team. Then you can go from there. But for the training, it will be on Saturday and Sunday.
Okay, then the second question I'm in the UK here. Because you mentioned about the referencing, and you
Yes.
stated that the reference will only be given for the time frame, which is like 3 months.
Yeah.
What happens in a situation whereby someone is not able to get a job in 5 or 6 months?
Till you get a
Or
job, so to say.
until
So
you get a
yeah,
job?
so let's assume you
Right.
enrolled in January. So till whether it's August, so you still get it till that time.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. I'll reach out to you on any other further questions. Thank you.
No problem. Yeah, the number is on your screen. Thanks for that.
Yeah, all right. Thanks.
All right. Paul, you raise your hand.
Yeah, hi. Thanks for getting back to me. So basically, I just had a few questions, as you can most probably tell from the chat. So, my first question is that in terms of your training, so is there a trial period or is there a money back scheme? So, if you think that things are not working out, which I'm not saying it would not, but is there any protection we have, or can we have some sort of trial period, so just to see whether or not we are a fit, both like in terms of us being the end customer, but also yourselves as a business or trainer?
All right. The most important when it comes to career transitioning is you doing your own research. We have many IT related jobs, right? You need to understand which one you think you will fit in most. So transitioning is not about, oh, my friend just got a job as a Scrum Master. Me myself, I want to go and do a Scrum Master training, because it doesn't work that way. Your friend's strengths might be different from yours. So you need to leverage on your strength when it comes to transitioning. So I would like to believe before enrolling to have decided, you know what, I've made enough research on this journey. I believe this is what I want. Come rain, come shine, come any difficulties that will come my way, I'm ready to face it. And I'm ready to embark on the journey. So meaning you've made up your mind before you come on the journey, after your research. And that is the reason why we even hold this overview session, just to give an insight into the life of a product owner, of a Scrum Master, to see yourself, is this something I can do? Is this something I'm going to enjoy doing eventually? So you need to have, being truthful to yourself. You've researched about project management, business analysis, Scrum Master, data analysis, DevOps engineer. And, out of all these courses or trainings, you know what? I think I'm more suitable. I'll fit more to become a DevOps engineer because I'm really technical. I like technical stuff. Or no, you know what? I like Scrum Master. I like a front-facing role. I like because I'm good with communications, stakeholders management. I'm really good. It's my strength, So I'm expecting by the time you come to us, we don't have a trial period because, as I said, the training is only for 4 weeks. That
Yeah,
is why.
yeah. I mean, that was actually leading to my next question. I mean, as in terms of the training, yeah, right? So basically, you're saying it's going to be 4 hours over a weekend, yeah? So 2 hours on Saturday and 2 hours on Sunday.
That's
So
correct.
then, like, that will be, 24 hours worth of training over 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Is that enough training for you to
It is
for
it is more than enough. But to be certain, to be sure that you're hearing that from, the SME, the subject matter, I'll leave Yemi to answer that question. So Yemi, the question is, are you sure with these 4 weeks, they are going to learn what they're supposed to learn for them to become a Scrum Master in 4 weeks? Is it achievable in 4 weeks? Or the time frame is too short?
It is achievable. And we've
okay,
tried that already.
okay, well, I mean, apologies. I don't mean to be rude or anything, but you know, I'd rather you come back with some or like answer that question with facts. So then, just by saying it is achievable because I work off facts and like I mean I have done Scrum training before and I have also worked in IT and it's why I'm asking the question because that training, over those 4 weeks needs to be very intense. And also in terms of systems, so then like how do you or IT your projects, so then how do you reinforce that training?
I get what you mean. Do you know my first Scrum training was for 3 months and we were not on any live projects. It was exhausting, right? And I told myself, if I'm going to be a trainer, I'm not going to train people in this way because apparently they just put you through something rigorous because they needed it to be bulky and you're just lost in between of what you are even supposed to be doing exactly as a Scrum Master or as a product owner. But if you don't know what you're supposed to do with different scenarios, like real life scenarios, what you're supposed to do, you just get confused and lost. And for the purpose of transitioning, you need to we tell people what exactly they're supposed to know. Of course, of all the Scrum ceremonies and events, what happens during backlog refinement? What do you need to do as a facilitator? What do you need to do to coach? What do you need to do when you see a user story? Is it right? Is it well written? Acceptance criteria and all of these things. But if you're going all the way to reading the old Scrum guide, remember our purpose is to train people to get the job, not for you to go and sit down and write the exam to become a Scrum Master, which apparently with those that write the exam, get a certificate, they go for interview and they don't even get the job. Because when they ask you real life based scenario, you can't even answer them because of what you've read and what you're not even exposed to. Okay.
Okay. Oh, well, okay, right. So I think that answers some of my question. Thank you.
Let me add to that. So this journey, even if we say it's for a year might not even be enough, to get you ready, right? For any training for that matter. And that is why I said in my presentation earlier on, this is a 50-50%. We are going to do our bit, and you as well need to do your bit. And that your bit is not restricting your learning to 2 days a week. I saw you calculating 2 days a week for 4 weeks, 24 hours. No, that will not work. And that is a fact. For it to work, for you to be able to compete at the end of the program, it has to be an everyday journey for you. So I do tell my students at least minimum of 2 hours is required on this journey every single day. You need to go above and beyond what has been covered in class. Aside the classes on Saturdays and Sunday, you'll be put in a group as well, whereby you have to solve a task together, something like that, like a mini project. All these things counts. So you just don't wait Monday to Friday without not doing anything. And Saturday, Sunday, you are in class. No,
International body, they organize the exam.
that would not work.
Yeah,
That approach.
I mean, that's sort of like that, like sort of like would have been my approach anyway, because I'm just talking about the training you're going to be delivering to us, and then like I like would be kind of committed to studying more than 2 hours per day, like Monday to Friday, just to reinforce the training you're like delivering.
Yeah. So
But
quickly,
like,
why on that? So the approach is after Saturday and Sunday, you are given a group work to do together as a team, probably a team of 5 or a team of 6 that you have to do, collaborate together during the week. Ensure that you do it
continue.
and deliver, present your work probably on Saturday or Sunday, at the class, So there is a group work that needs to be done. There's a personal learning on your own that has to be done as well. When you combine all these hours together, it is more than 24 hours in 1 month. That is what I'm telling you. Yeah, you can go on. Any other question, Paul?
Well, I mean, I do have a few, but like, I'm just conscious of time and also the fact that I may be taking up other
Yeah,
people's time as well. I mean, that's perhaps like we can just take this offline and
yeah.
I mean, in terms of the WhatsApp number. So is that the number shown
Yes, on the
now? So
screen. Yeah,
6. Okay, right. I'll actually kind of take like a screenshot of that, and then what I'll do is that I'll actually contact you either
directly.
via WhatsApp or Instagram. But Laszlo, thank you for answering all my questions. And like I wasn't being difficult. I was just asking
I fully understand.
so thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome, Paul. Thanks. Ahmed, you raise your hand.
Hello, good evening.
Yeah, good
Can you
evening.
hear me?
I can hear you, yes.
Yeah. I have 2 questions, and I just want very short answers to them. It's not something anything long-winded or anything. So the first question is about the price, and because when you mentioned the what's it called, the tuition, I
Yeah.
think I had a glitch on my line there, so I didn't hear you very well. So, and I want to know what the price, what the tuition is, and what's the coverage, as in what does the tuition cover in
All right.
terms of maybe modules, or in terms of maybe certifications.
All right.
Okay, so that's the first one. Then the second question I would like to know, because this is absolutely unfamiliar, like new terrain for me. You know, I've worked in various sectors before. I worked in the education sector as an admissions officer back in Africa, working with some universities in the West African sub-region. And right now in the UK, I manage a company for a friend. Because I just came here very recently, so I'm managing the company for a friend at the moment. So I want to know how scalable is project management, or maybe like becoming a Scrum Master, or becoming a product owner, or maybe becoming a business analyst, or how scalable is it to many diverse sectors, or working in terms of career wise, like how scalable is it?
All right. Yemi,
Say
do you
maybe
want to?
for into retailing, or maybe into education, for example. I hope you get my drift. So
All
those are
right.
the 2 questions I want to ask. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Yemi, do you want to take the last one while I take the first 2?
Of course. Yeah.
Yeah, you can go. You can go first.
How scalable it's scalable. Scrum. I have a friend that works with Volvo, and they're not actually building software, they're building cars, right? I have a friend that works in education and is a Scrum Master. So they're building, is in edutech. one of my mentors, she works at British Airways, and they're doing Scrum. So Scrum is not all focused on just software development, and because the world is just diving into tech. Nobody's going waterfall. Nobody's going old school. It will always be a requirement anywhere people are involved, right? For people development, people leadership, changing of framework, reviewing process, being a change agent, how to make things better, work better. Scrum framework will be required. And because your mindset, again, which is very important, would also change emotional intelligence, your exposure, collaboration. So it's not only limited to just software. It is scalable in all ramification, even at home, even at in your personal life. Okay, I hope that answers your question.
Yeah, it does. Thank you very much.
All right. Thanks, Jamie. And for the price is $4.99. But as I said, you can get 20% discount on that. Half payment is required to start, and the other half can be paid within 4 to 5 weeks. And I said as well, we only have 10 slots left for the cohort that will be starting on the 28th of this month. The price you're paying, what does it entail? What are you getting from what is the package like? So you get the practical training, you get to work on a live project with a full Scrum team. You get the mentorship, you get the support, you get interview preparation. And I said all our courses are CPD accredited, meaning they meet the professional standard, and the certificate we give you at the end of the program is recognized in over 60 countries as well. They are called, the body is called CPD standards. I shared the link earlier on as well.
I've checked that.
You can read more about them as well. And finally, we give you a reference, a work reference. So those are the things that comes with the package.
Okay, thank you very much.
You are
And
welcome.
thanks for your time this evening.
You're welcome, Ahmed.
Okay. Thank you.
Thanks. Ademola, you raise your hand. You can unmute.
Yeah, good evening, Akin. Nice to speak with you. So my question is quite straightforward. One is payments. I know you said you have about 10 slots or thereabouts. So what happens if, on the immediate, we can't join, this current cohort? What are the possibilities going forward? Also, in terms of flexibility, I know you said it was about the 20% discounts and maybe paying half.
Yes.
Some of us are also still cash strapped, being the fact that we just came in and we spent a lot of money. We know how it is now, moving from bad bed down here. So, is there any other further flexibility that can be considered, especially for some of us that have a high interest in this? The other part of the question is the reassurance. So you said the payment covers CV revamp and
No, I never mentioned CV.
Oh, okay. So maybe that's why I said clarity. So I just want to be sure, does it also cover the CV revamp? Does it cover LinkedIn upgrade and any other thing it covers? Or is it just solely the training alone? Then I know you mentioned some other courses as well, like the tester and business analyst. Is it possible or is it also likable that during this course, have some crash courses on some of these other roles so that we have fair idea about everything? I know you talked about knowing what particular switch or role you want to switch to. Some of us might have not, understand where particularly our calling is, so to say, just probably because we've not had a fair idea about how it works. I know you said we can read about it, but again, when you look at the practicability, people would definitely, if you have a practical experience, then you can now decide on what role you want to go for. Is it possible to have a crash course on all these other roles? And what happens if at the end of the day, I, for example, don't want to be a Scrum Master and I want to switch to, being a tester, for example? Is this still, allowed? So that's just my question.
All right. So before we start any trainings at all, we hold session like this in all our trainings, whether it's business analysis or Scrum Master, DevOps, data analysis. We always hold an overview session just for people to join, gain more insight, then decide whether it's something they want to do or not. So you just have to probably follow us on LinkedIn. I said LinkedIn. Follow us on Instagram to be updated to get an up to date when all these other ones will be coming up. Like this Friday, we are having a DevOps one as well this Friday. So just follow us on Instagram, then you get updates on the session that we are holding next. As regards when next after this August cohort, if you're unable to join this August cohort, when next the next one will be? The next one will be October. Might be like second week in October or third week in October. That'll be the next cohort if you're unable to join this one. And as regards the fee, I can beat my chest to this. If you do compare the market with my competitors out there, number one, I'm one of the cheapest. One of the cheapest offering a very high quality, so to say. And most of them, they don't even give you the option for installments. Or if they give you option for installments, they will inflate the price. You can check around, and you see what I'm talking about. And also, if you are getting, as I said, you are getting like 2.5 trainings, 2.5 trainings in one. The cost for these market rate for as in cost for this will go for probably over 1,000. But because it's not really about the money for me, that is why I try as much as possible to make it as affordable as possible, to uh, for many people to be able to afford it. So in terms of, I think the best we can do as a company is, giving you the option to pay twice, by not inflating the price. You still pay the £400. You are not paying £500 because you want to pay twice. You start with half payment and the other half will be due within 4 to 5 weeks after you started. And what are the things you are getting as part of the package? I just made mention of this as well. CV revamp is not part of it, or LinkedIn optimization. Those are the two things that is not part of it. But we partner with one of the best in the market as well. And you can go to them for CV revamp, LinkedIn optimization, and because you are coming from us, they will give you a discount as well. So that is what we have as regards CV and LinkedIn. But other ones, we provide other ones like, I made mention about practical training, working on a live project, the mentorship, which is really, really key, the support, which everyone needs when you are transitioning, the interview preparation, the CPD's accredited certificate, and sorry, and the work reference that we give you at the end of the day. So those are the things that comes with the money that you are paying, and you belong to, you are joining. I made mention about the alumni group as well, and also it's like a family. 6 months down the line, 8 months down the line, you won't come here and I'll tell you, what, I don't know you, or I can't support you, or I can't help you. No, I know every of our students. I know everybody. So that's another advantage anyway. I don't know whether I've been able to answer all your questions. I
Yeah,
believe.
sure. The only thing is that I know you mentioned about partnership for the CV revamp. I would have loved to have a fair idea of what it will cost as well, so that you have a
Yeah,
or higher
message me and we'll talk better.
All right.
Yeah, message me on WhatsApp. All right, thanks. Olubumi, you raise your hand.
Yes, good evening. Thank you very much for for everything. Anyway, okay. So my question is this: I just want to clear clarification. It's like Learn with Pride is skill oriented, not just exam preparatory class, right?
No, skilled, yeah, practical.
Okay. Practical. Okay, that's fine. That's what I wanted to clarify. Thank you. If I have any other thing, I will send you a message. Thank you.
No problem. Thanks. Fola, you raise your hand.
Thank you very much for the brief introduction to this Scrum Master and Product Owner. So I just want to ask, after the training, can one use this experience that maybe after 2-3 months write a certifications on Scrum, Safi? Is it possible to do that with the experience one may have here?
Yemi.
Hello?
Yeah, hello. I'm just checking whether Yemi is still on the line. Oh, I think he has dropped off. Yeah. Oh, Yemi, he's still. Yeah, Yemi, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Yeah. Okay.
Do you have a question? Is there a question?
Yes. So Fola asked, with the knowledge you are going to gain on the practical training, can you actually use that to write a professional certification?
Yes, but not in totality. So you might still need to, do some reading. What most people do, they're just gonna read past questions just to pass the exam. But because the training will just give you an edge, more like a competitive edge for interview and getting comfortable in the job.
Okay, so you are with this training now, you can't do a Scrum Master Safi certification and pass. So you still need to go and read more or take some training elsewhere. Is that what you're saying?
You need to read more. Even if this training is strictly to pass exam, you still need to go and do study of past questions and all of that. But we won't open a Scrum guidebook and be going line by line and say, oh, this is the Scrum, these are the inputs and the outputs. Okay, in your exam. So when you see, you click A. So when you pass the exam, what are you going to do with it? Right? Nothing. It's just by the book, just as we mentioned earlier. So this training is focused on getting the job and feeling comfortable in the job, which can also translate to when you even want to do the exam, you will see some of these questions there, but we won't sit down together and be doing, oh, this is the past question, this is that, this is A, this is B. I think that was what MOB Mobolaji said. That I think he dropped some messages in the chat that after the training, he just went on to study some past question and it was easier for him and he passed the exam. Do you get what I mean? So we are not going to say, oh, come, join, we'll teach you how to pass the exam. No, we are focused on two things. Getting comfortable to get in the job, getting comfortable to face the face interview questions, like real life scenarios and all of that. Anybody can go and study past questions, trust me. Anybody, even my elder brother is a Scrum Master and he never got any training. He just went online, I think it was Coursera, past question, no A, no B, no C. But if I ask him a question, he said, oh, I'm sorry, Yemi. I needed to pass. Do you get what I mean?
Huh?
Okay. And again, with this training, because it's going to be Scrum Master and Product Owner. So if I'm very good with Product Owner, can I become a business analyst or I have to do another training in business analysis?
No, as I said earlier on, it's like a 2.5, not even 2 trainings for one. Because while covering product owner, you also be exposed to a BA role. This is what happens when I put you on a project. You are going to perform 3 different roles. You'll be interchanging, from Scrum Master, product owner, and business analyst. So whenever when I place you on a project with your team, you'll be interchanging those 3 roles. So you don't have to go and register for another training in business analysis. You'll be able to, write your requirement, create your epics from your requirement, convert it to user stories, and you'll be able to do all that because on the project, it is required, you'll be required to work as a BA as well.
So I'm sorry. And again, the software tools to use, maybe like the Jira, the Confluence, and all that, is it going to be provided by the training?
It's an open source, so you can download them. You don't have anything to worry about. It's an open source, so you'll be able to use them for free.
Okay. And sorry, and my last question, no, sorry, just 1 second. I want to check some stuff. Sorry. Okay. So you're going to be using Balsamic, Confluence, Hydro, right? And Jira. Is that what you're going to be using for the software?
We're going to be using Jira, Confluence, Miro.
Miro, okay. What about Balsamic and Hydro? You don't use that?
No, I don't think Yemi covers that, no. Let me tell you something about tools. There are 1,001 tools out there that does exactly the same thing.
Okay.
A typical example would be Jira. Jira and Azure DevOps does exactly the same thing. So we are training you on Jira doesn't mean your first role might be on Jira. They might be using Azure DevOps. They might be using Trello. But once you know how to use one, you can survive on other ones. It's like learning how to drive an automatic car. Probably you use Mercedes for learning. After passing, you can drive Jaguar. You can drive any branch of car as long as it's automatic. Just different brands, but the approach is the same thing, if you understand what I'm saying.
Okay. So, and lastly, I don't want to ask too much, but lastly, you said you're going to do interview preparations and all that. And I don't see how you're going to do that without revamping our CV very well. You understand what I'm saying now? Because if you're going to prepare us for interview, the CV speaks for you first.
Okay. So, as I said, you need to get that done, right? And you can get it done at the people that we use at a discounted rate, or you can get it done anywhere. I can as well review your CV, just that I won't do anything on it. I'll tell you whether it's good enough or not good enough. But before we do interview preparation with you, it's not, you must have secured that interview. And it's the JD of that job that we are going to use to do prep with you, right? So definitely, yes, you have to do your CV before you start applying for jobs. And yes, I can review your CV as well. Just that when it comes to revamping, we don't have the capacity to take that on.
Okay. Maybe I'll talk to you privately on that. Is that okay?
No problem. That's the essence. I put the number up as well. For any other questions, you can chat me up.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks, Fola. Shams, you raise your hand quickly.
Hi, good evening. Thank you for the platform. I dearly appreciate. I've got a question. Firstly, I want to know the correlation between project management and Scrum, because I currently am into operations here in UK. So I want to see the importance, because I'm quite fine with operations, and I'm not planning to transit, I'll say. So I just want to see.
You're breaking up.
Oh, sorry.
Are you still there?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Yeah. So I want to see the question appears to me like Scrum IT software, they call that, because I'm into operations here in the UK, and I'm trying to see if I should join the session. How can like that I'm in facilities management, because I'm not really planning to go into high.
Sorry, I lost connection. Yemi, can you answer that, please? Hello, Yemi, are you there?
Yeah.
Can anyone hear me?
There are some rules that are there's some rules that are included that we can work with. It could be that you want to come up with a framework that can help your operation work in terms of change management, in terms of the processes of how things work, or maybe you want to adopt some of these events. There's some meetings that can hold based on what you do as an in the operations you do. A good example is maybe your operations, your buildings, or your plan about operation. Maybe your batch process, or maybe the way you process is thing. Okay, but because this will be part of what we discuss in the training, where you guys can, or where you can comfortably relate it to what you do, and even figure
Private chats, our private chats, I can later.
Yeah, hello. Sorry for my network. I don't know what's happening
That's
with
fine. That's all right. That's all
with
right.
my
Thank you very
network.
much for the time. Yeah. Thank you very
You're
much. I appreciate it. All right.
you're welcome. Let me quickly. Gospel, you raise your hand.
Yes, thank you, Akin.
Yeah, good
So,
good
yeah,
evening.
I have a few questions to ask. Some I would like to talk to you in private, but
No problem.
I just want to talk on the CV revamp or revamping rather. I don't know. Many other let's say institution like of your kind, you see CV revamping as part of the products, or part of their offers, to their will-be students. So, although I don't know why you are not inculcating that into what you offer, but it is what it is. I just want to ask if you are not doing that and you have probably expert or group of people who do it and you can refer your student to. Can you give us a kind of the likely cost implication? Then it will help us to maybe factor that into our budget. Okay, if you are doing CV revamping, probably to take, let's say, £100 or £50, just a
All
rough
right,
idea of what it will cost.
no problem. Your first questions, the other people out there, the competitors out there. Yes, some of them might put it, but I'm sure the price they are charging you, I'm sure is way more than what I'm charging you.
Correct, correct,
Am I right? Also,
correct.
you might not even have option for instrumental payment, you know?
Yeah,
So
that's possible.
you see, so there is, and also this is another thing that I can guarantee as well. Unlike my competitors as well, that when after paying all this amount of money, you know, and they promise you A, B, C to Z, when you enroll with them, you realize that they only fulfill A, B, C. And also the project which is supposed to be the key factor, the key thing on this journey, you realize that they will be putting 40 on a project. Now tell me, how do you want to learn 40 of you on one project? These are the things that will not happen on mine. The maximum you can be on my project will be 9, maximum 10. And that will comprise of your developer, the Scrum Master, the product owner, the business analyst, the testers, you know,
Okay.
compared to those who will put 40 people on. So you need to do check and balances, weigh your options. As I said, we might not be doing only the CV, but we are still giving you the best quality that you can ever get out there, which is the
Okay.
support, which is the mentorship, which is the getting your hands dirty on the project, because you are not many, you know, so you can spread your wings the way you want to spread your wings,
Okay.
you know. For the
Yeah.
cost, for the idea of the cost, I think for the CV, I think for outsider, I think they are doing it for 70 pounds. For referral from Learn with Pride, I think they are doing for 40 pounds. For LinkedIn and CV, for outsider, I think they are doing 120. For Learn with Pride, I think they are doing it for 80 pounds thereabout.
Yeah,
So
that's cool.
so that is the
That's cool.
idea. Again, you know, with what we provide, I always tell people, do your due diligence, you know. I can beat my chest to the quality of the service that we offer, you know. But it's better for people to do their due diligence before, you know, they say, you know what, I want to go with these people, I want to go with that people.
All right. Thank you, Aki.
You're welcome, boss. You're
Okay.
welcome.
All right.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Quickly, before we go, let me quickly take a few questions. Blessing, you raise your hand on the chat. Are you still there? Blessing.
Yeah, good evening, everyone.
Yeah, good evening.
Actually, I followed up all the lines, but the main part which they've already asked question in line with it is the certification. So it means you are not having anything to do with the certification. This is just like more or less a practical aspect of the job, learning on the job and
yes,
having a good understanding of what you need to do if you are given the opportunity. But like someone like me, I do most of my shifts are night shifts. I do 4 days, 3 nights, like 4 nights, 3 nights. Now, how can someone like me, how can I fit in, especially in the training sections? Because I have 1 weekend in, 1 weekend out. And if we are going to have 4 weekends, likely I will be 2 weekend in and 2 weekend out. So how can one be able to fit in so that the program I don't get short trained along the line. So that's my question.
Yeah, all the sessions are recorded. And also, when you enroll, you register on our LMS platform, which is a learning management system, you know, and you have access. You just have to log into your dashboard and you have access to the recordings. And while going through recordings, if there's anything that is unclear to you or you don't understand anything that has been covered in the class, because you as well, you'll be added to a group as well. You can ask your question on the group, and it will be clarified on the group as well. But yeah, but you have everything at your disposal. If you miss a class, there's tendency to miss a class, you can fall back on the recordings, and you have you have the platform to ask your questions if you don't understand anything.
Okay, on the area of payment, you said the £400 can be paid twice.
Yes.
That means when one pays the first 200, probably after 2 weeks you can decide to pay 100. Or
that's correct.
Okay.
So
Please,
as I said, the training will be starting on the 28th. So before another payment will be due, as you said, if you have it weekly, you can be paying. But before the £200, another 200, the last installment will be due will be around 28th of September. Yeah. But if you have it before then, you can pay it.
Okay, because I really want you to just give the best, because I've been in a situation like I was sharing with someone that I registered for a program and it was an instructor-based program. And the next morning, they sent me a mail that your class is tomorrow. And the next minute, they started sending me recordings of the class. So please, I think integrity has to play when it comes to things like this, because referral sometimes pays better than the audience you are trying to get. I can tell 20 people good about you, but I can tell 100 people the bad about you within a second. So I think if we can keep to integrity,
with us, what you see is what you get. I don't, we don't have to promise what we cannot deliver. To us is beyond what we are charging. That is why I said, if you've done your due diligence, if everyone has done their due diligence, you realize that this course, with the combo that we are doing, if you are to get it out there, it's way, way more expensive. But because of my journey, because of my own personal story as well, and that is why I ensure that everything I promise, I always, we always fulfill it. Everything, mentorship, support, interview prep, um, work reference, everything, you get it. But again, remember that this journey, we are both on this journey together. You have to do your bit as well, and we have to do our bit. And that is when we can achieve something together. But you can be rest assured that you get more than the value, more than what you paid for, you get the value back. You can be rest assured. And I hope I've answered your question, Blessing.
Yeah, sure.
You're welcome. Sorry if I don't pronounce this right. Giselle, you raise your hand.
Hello everyone. Hello, Akin.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. The question I had was in relation, you mentioned that during the course of this training, that there will be like weekly group exercises, I believe.
Yes, during the training, yes.
So is it different exercise every week?
Yes, I believe. Yemi, I'm right to say that.
Yeah, the reason I'm asking is because obviously if there's a group exercise, somebody will have to act in the role of a scrum master.
That's correct.
Somebody will have to act in the role of a product owner. Somebody will have to act in the role of a BA.
That's correct.
If the next week, it's a different exercise, so people can switch roles, then you get.
That's correct.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much.
Yes, and also on the live project as well, you get to switch roles as well. You might start as a scrum master, and the second sprint, you might have to change roles to become a product owner, because I want everyone to get their hands dirty in all the three roles, so that by the time you are applying for a job, you can confidently say you can act as a scrum master, a product owner, and a business analyst.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome. Olori, Blessing, you raise your hand.
I wanted to ask a question. After this 4 weeks class, do you have like your life sections? How long does that run? And if we're paying extra for that, I'd like to know.
Sorry, you're really, really low. After the 4 weeks, then you'll be put on a project for another 2 months.
So what I want to know, does this £400 cover the 2 months for the
Yes,
life project?
it's for 3 months. Yes, it's not only for the practical.
So this £400 is for the whole three months.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So sorry, what are the timings for your classes? That is
Saturday and Sunday. Saturday 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. UK time.
Okay.
Sunday 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. UK time.
Saturday 8 p.m.
9 a.m. Saturday 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. in the morning.
Okay.
Sunday 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. UK time. at
8 p.m.
night.
to 10 p.m. Okay, good time. So that's for the whole starting from the 28th of this month.
Yes, for 4 weeks. Then when you get on the live project will be Monday to Friday, but the timing for your meetings will be decided by you and your team members.
Okay. Okay, that's the live projects after this 4 weeks early training. The live project is every day, that's Monday through Friday.
Yes, but the timing will be decided by you and your team members. It might be 7 p.m. It might be 7 p.m. you want to be meeting, it might be 8 p.m., it might be 10 p.m. But the timing is not decided by me. It will be decided by you and your team members.
Okay. So this classes starts on the 28th of
That's
this
correct.
month.
That's correct, yes.
Oh. Okay, what if somebody doesn't have the 200 pounds to pay first before the classes starts?
That is actually that is a criteria. As I said, we are trying to make it as affordable as possible for people.
Okay.
And instead of you paying everything compared to others, we are trying to say,
Okay.
you know what, you can start with half payment. But you can talk to me, chat me up, and we can talk better
What's your
on that.
number?
It's on your screen. Can you see it on your screen?
Okay, that's the WhatsApp number.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So for enrollment or for any questions, you can chat me up on that number. As I said, we only have 10 slots that remains for the one starting on the 28th. So yeah, but
So
chat
after
me.
28, which class? When is your next
That would be
training sector?
like mid-October.
No. That means I have to join this one.
That would be like mid-October, and that would be the last one for the year.
Okay, because anyway, I'll chat you up.
Yeah, chat me up. No problem. Thanks, Blessing.
Okay, thank
Shegun,
you.
you raise your hand quickly, please.
Yeah,
Shegun.
hello.
Hello, good evening.
Yeah, good evening. Thank you for your intro. The 28th seems to be on Monday. Am I wrong?
It's supposed to be on Saturday. If my calendar didn't. Yeah, it's on
Ah.
Saturday. Sorry. We are in August. Sorry,
Yes.
26.
Yeah, because it has been
Sorry.
confusing my brain.
Sorry.
And I've been
26.
asking, there's no response.
26.
Anyway,
26.
I have made my own opinion known that I'm interested, though I may not be fully available on Saturday because I'm on another training at the moment. But I'm also appreciate the calmness of two of you speaking. You have been so calm in your approach, and I noticed some level of sincerity, especially when some people ask the question on the issue of exam. You see, business, you should have your own unique selling point. It's not about money. I've attended a lot of taster programs in UK. People just want you to register for the program.
I know.
And my brother, at the end of the day, they crash sheets to finish a batch, another batch. It shouldn't be so. We're all in business, but you should have your own unique selling point. So I'll just encourage you guys. It's not all about number. It's about value.
Yeah.
Keep it up. We'll identify with you. And of course, we'll see how it goes.
Thank
Chat
you,
you up
Mr.
later.
Shegun.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks so much. Quickly, let me just go through the chat quickly. This is question, do we require any further certification? That is, if you want to go for professional certification, you can do that at your own free time, but the training will focus more on a day in the life of a Scrum Master, a day in the life of a product owner. If you should get a job tomorrow, how are you going to survive on that job? That's what we focus on. What date is the class starting? It's starting on sorry, I need to correct myself. It's starting on the 26th of August, and that will be on a Saturday. This is to Shegun, is referring to the professional certificate. I think the safe one, that the certification is referring to. Which I did. Okay, I has already answered that question. Okay. Yes, Olubumi, you are right. Yes, this is, we don't, personally, we don't preach certification, professional certification, because, and part of that is based on my own personal journey as well. You know, when I was trying to transition, thinking it's the certificate that will be my breakthrough, I did all sorts of certification, you know, but it's all, you know, I've never used any of them till date until I acquired the skills and knowledge, you know, enrolled on a boot camp course like this as well back then before I was able to get my break. And since then till date, I've never been asked to present my certification, you know. So that's why, because of that, that's waste of money, you know. And many people, just the way we've been brought up, we think certification will give us the edge. But I think things are changing rapidly. Your experience will give you the edge, not the certification. The certification can come second, you know, but the first will be the experience and the knowledge. All right. Sorry, it's 26, Shagun. I just corrected myself. All right. I believe I don't want to waste any of our time. It's almost 2 hours. I want to, you know, I believe everyone, you know, we've been able to gain one or two things from this session. Hopefully, I'm going to see some of you on the journey as well. As I said, you can get the 20% discount, just we only have limited slot, which is just 10 for those starting on the 26th. So if you want to, secure your spot early, please try and do so. Also, this is another thing we do. We do a referral program as well, in the sense that if you refer anybody to us and they enroll on the journey, on the course, you get 10% discount on the first one. And from the second one, you get 5%. So depending on how many you refer, that is how much you are going to get as well. And you get paid instantly as well as they are enrolling as well. Or if you're on the journey as well, that will be deducted from the balance you'll be paying us as well. So it's just a way to ensure that we help each other and to lower the cost for each other as well. So yes, thanks everyone for joining the session. The recording will be made available on our YouTube channel at Learn with Pride. And also, if you're on WhatsApp group, we are going to post it on our WhatsApp group as well. The journey will be starting on the 26th. Hope to see you on the journey. Quick question. This is I believe in Africa, but in UK, and knowledge is key. Yes, certification is not really key in UK with less than that'll be $3.99. So 20% discount of $4.99 will give you $3.99, and half of that is required to start. So which will be $1.99, you know. So thank you everybody for how do we pay for this course. Olori, please chat me up on the number on your screen, and the payment details will be made available for you. So the number is on your screen. Please, you can screenshot it or you can put it on your phone. That will be the best WhatsApp number to get me on. I will provide that to you when you message me. So thanks everyone for your time, and hopefully I'm going to see some of you on the journey together, and we can rewrite the story together as well. So for now, thanks and have a good night rest. Bye-bye.